I love rock and roll. This song was originally recorded by The Arrows in 1975. We're going to be looking at the Joan Jett version, which was released in 1981. Huge hit for Joan Jett. It's a fantastic song. Great sing-along, so it's a great song to play live. It's super simple to play, but there is one mistake that everybody makes with this song. I'm going to show you what that is so you don't make the same mistake. We're going to go through all the rhythm guitar parts. We're going to go through the lead guitar solo. I'm going to show you how to get a really killer tone for this song. There's going to be a playthrough so you can see the whole thing, and then there'll be a backing track so that you, YouTube viewer, can play this song, having learned all the parts and watching the video. There's a lot to get through. I'll put timestamps for everything so that you can skip through to whatever bits you want. If you do enjoy this video, you find it useful, please don't forget, hit that subscribe button and leave me a like because it makes a big difference and it means I can keep bringing you more content like this. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here we go. Let's dive in with this one. So, the song opens with the chorus section. You've got 8 hits on the snare drum, which are 16th beats. So you can, if you want to count them, it's 3 Iana, 4 Iana, or just remember there's 8 of them. And then you come in with an E power chord, and you're going to play it up here on the 7th fret on the A string. Okay, so it's just 2 of those. And that's on the 1 and the 3, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, we're now going to go to an A chord, but there's a passing note, which basically is like a sort of little stepping stone between those 2 chords. So you're going to play this G down here, and you're going to bend it up towards an A. All right, so it's just a note that leads in. So you've got that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And then we go up to a B, 3 and 4. Okay, so up to there we got 1 and 2, 3 and 4 on E. Bend that G, just pulling the string down to bend it up. And then up to the A on the 1 and then the 3 to the B. Okay, so E to A to B. As I said, this is a nice simple song. After that you come back down again, so you're going to do another bend, another passing note. This time you're doing F sharp, so it's the 2nd fret down here. You're going to bend that, and that's going to go down to back down to E again, and you want to play that here. Resist the temptation to play it down here because it's not really going to sound as punchy up here. You get a punchier sound, and you still got the low E, so it gives it a nice fat sound. So just run that section through again. So it's E, E, bend the G, A, up to B, bend the F sharp, and back to the E again. Okay, and then we do the same, we do a repeat. This is where the tricky bit is. It's not really tricky, but it's just something that people tend not to realise is there, and it catches them out. So the second time round, it's E again, and E again, and then bend up to the A, and then it's A, B, E. Okay, it's a funny timing because they miss a beat out. Most of it is 4/4. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's that one bar on the end of the chorus where they miss out the 4th beat, and it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. It sounds like a little thing, but I have been in so many bands where people have been called out by it. Drummers have kind of assumed that it's just a straightforward 4/4 beat all the way through, and you get to that bit and it just falls apart. So just to run that bit again, it's the second time through. You've got the E, 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 bend up to the A, and then it's B, A, E. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right? It's a simple little thing, but when you know it's there, it's fine. It's not a problem. But if you don't know it's there and you think it's all 4/4, it's very easy to fall apart on that bit. Okay, so we're going to go to the verse now. Okay, the verse again, it opens with the E chord. So it's 2 of those on the 1. But then we have this little riff. Okay, now that's up here at the 12th fret. It's an E pentatonic shape on the 12th fret. Okay, if you're not sure about those and you want to know more, contact me for lessons and check out the courses. But for the purpose of this, I'll assume you know it. So you're using your basic 12th fret E minor pentatonic. So you're going to bend from this D on the 15th fret up to the E, and then you do a bend release, right? So it's, and then you're coming back down to the B. So it's, and it's a pull off down to the B as well. So you D, bend to the E. That's your target note. Release back down to the D, pull off to the B, and then A on your 3rd string and G on your, also on your 3rd string. So it's just that. Alright, put a little bit of on it just to give it a little bit of extra sauce. Alright, now there's 2 guitars obviously on the track. There's a lead guitar and then there's Joan Jett's rhythm guitar. Now Joan Jett plays a different part here, so if you're in a band with 2 guitars, obviously you can arrange it for 2 guitars. Otherwise you'll have to choose one or the other. The obvious one to choose is the one up here, because this is the part that people tend to hear. If you have got another guitar, it's just the same riff, but it's an octave lower. So you're basically just playing. Alright, so you're doing E down here on your 4th string, 2nd fret. Open string to the D, B on your 5th string, open string to the A, and then down to the G. Alright, so it's just the same as the... Okay, so you're basically just doing that. Alright, just you miss off the first little bit with the D before it bends up, but other than that, it's the same riff. It's the same thing the bass is playing. I don't know if I already say that. If I didn't, it is the same thing the bass is playing. So that's essentially the first bit of it. So you got the on the E again, goes to a B, and then down to an A, up to a B again, and up to an E again, and then to open A. And if you have a whammy bar, now is the time to use it, because you just let that A hang, and while it's hanging you just give it a... You actually hear Joan Jett kind of mimic that effect in the song, because she'll sing it, you know, say, "Can I take you home where we can be a low, wah, wah, wah." I don't actually know there is a whammy bar on the guitar there, but it just fits it. So it's, if you got one, why not use it, right? So that's basically the chorus part and the verse parts. Okay, those don't really change throughout the song. The next bit is the solo. Okay, so we'll look at that now. So for the solo, basically, it starts on the low E. Alright, so it's kind of a little rockabilly thing. Low E, open E, and then you do that F sharp bend. Alright. And then you've got a double stopper, which is to say you're playing your 2nd and 3rd strings with your middle finger and your ring finger. That's what I use anyway. It's easier to do it that way. And you're doing a little half stop bend with both strings. Alright, it's kind of train effect. I think it's like a sort of bluesy train effect. You know, it sort of mimics the sound of one of those old steam train whistles. At least that's what it sounds like to me anyway. So you've got... And then you're going to go up to... This time you're going to go up to E major pentatonic. Now, if you're thinking you don't know that one, you only know the minor one, think again, because you do know it. It's just in a different position. The minor pentatonic is here at the 12th fret. The major one is just 3 frets down, alright? Same exact shape, it's just you move it down 3 frets. So your E is still here. Alright, so it's the same exact shape, just move it 3 frets and it becomes the major pentatonic. Okay, so you're sliding up to your 11th fret on your 4th string. So you've got 11th fret, 4th string, 9th fret 3rd, 11th fret 3rd. And you're bending up, doing a whole tone bend. And then you cut the note off. And you hit your 12th fret on your 1st string. Bend it again and cut it off. Hit the 12th fret on your 2nd string, right? So you got up to your 11th fret, 9th, 11th, bend, 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 release. Okay. And you just got a little pull off. So pull off from your 11th to your 9th, 11th on your 4th, back to your 9th on your 3rd, all right? So the whole thing, that whole little section up here slowly, all right? 11th fret, 9, 11th, bend. When you do that bend, whether you can do it with your 2nd finger and then hit these notes here with your 3rd, or with your 3rd and use your pinky, whatever you find easier really. Alright, and then there's a run where you go down from 9th to the 8th to the 6th to the 4th to the 2nd and down to your 1st, right? And it sounds like... Alright, so it's... Okay, that's all it is. So it's all the even frets apart from the 9th and the 1st. Okay, and then on the end you just do this, and this you do that bit. That's the end of the solo, and it's the part where Joan Jett comes back in with the vocals and sings "I Said Can I Take You Home Where We Can Be Alone." So you're actually playing that part over the vocal line. Alright, and that last little bit you're just coming down to 4th fret on your 4th string, 2nd fret, 4th fret, 2nd fret. Alright, so the whole of that last bit. No, 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 no. That's better. Alright, so that's the it all in bits. I'll just run through it again nice and slowly. So we've got... And of course, on the end of that A chord that you hit at the end of that bit, there's the obligatory wangle bar deployment. If you want to, it's just a nice little extra bit. On the end of that bit where you got the A hanging out, I personally like to just roll the volume off because it then goes into an a cappella bit where it's just Joan Jett singing and with the drums. And I don't really think it sounds too good if you have the chord and just cut it off. It sounds a bit abrupt. So I like to be Mr. Fancy Pants and kind of roll it down just gradually. That's up to you. Again, that's an optional thing. So that's pretty much it. The outro part of the song, which it goes into, is just the chorus bit. And it just really repeats. But again, you've got that little missing beat. So you've got that... I won't try and sing it. I'll just kind of speak the words. So it's... I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Come and take your time and dance with I love. So that's that bit where you got a missing beat. I love rock and roll. So come... So I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. Come take your time and So it's that little turnaround bit. I was trying to sort of speak the words and not count the beats at the same time. It's sort of a little bit messy, but you get the gist, right? As long as you know that at the end of that... So it's just that 3 and 1. Okay, it's just that bit where you miss out the 4, yeah. And then that just repeats round, cycles round, and then you just stop on the come take your time and dance with, come take your time and rock and roll, come take your time and dance with me, and you just stop on that last one. That's just it for the end of the song. Slightly messy explanation on the end there, but you got the gist of it, hopefully. So it's dead simple. Just remember, just look out for that missing beat and you'll be fine. It's a nice, straightforward little solo. Great classic sing-along song, so have fun with it.
The record machine. I knew he must have been about 17. The beat was going strong, playing my favorite song, and I could tell it wouldn't be long that he was with me, yeah me. And I could tell it wouldn't be long that he was with me, yeah me. Singing, I love rock and roll. So put another time in the jukebox, baby. His name. That don't matter, he said, 'cause it's all the same. I said, can I take you home where we can be alone? The next we were moving on, he was with me, yeah me. Next we were moving on, he was with me, yeah me. Singing, I love rock and roll. So put another time in the jukebox, baby. Singing that same old song, yeah, with me. Singing, I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me.
Okay, so I'm doing all this through Bios FX 2. The same principles are going to work if you're using other plugins, Guitar Rig or whatever, or if you're using real world amps and pedals, or if you're using modeling amps, you can do all the same things on these. So the signal chain, I'll just run through it from guitar through to output, input to output. So starting with the noise gate, more for recording really, just because if you're doing anything with distortion and gain, you want to have a noise gate just to kind of avoid a lot of unwanted background noise. Okay, so we've got a drive pedal. This is not distortion, okay, when you're doing hard rock, early 80s, hard rock, even metal, it's the guitars really are not massively overdriven. You're not into full-on saturated distortion. It's drive rather than full-on out-and-out kind of metal tone of what we would think of today as metal tone. So this is basically a tube screamer pedal. Drives down here around 2 or 3, not too much on the drive. Tone in the middle, output so we can push the amp 7 or 8 on there. Okay, I've got some compression on here. It just tightens the tone up a little bit, and it helps to keep it in between the big chords, the sort of big power chords, and the lick where you're just going into single notes. It just helps to keep that sound a little more balanced. But don't overkill this, because otherwise you kind of lose some punch to it. Now this is where the magic's going to happen. This is the amp. Obviously this is modelled on a Marshall 800. So gain, again, we're not going super crazy on the gain, just about 5 will do. Even maybe less if you're using sort of higher output humbuckers. Bass, around 5. Mids, this is where you get your tone, because you really want to push the mids on this guitar tone, on this song, to get that really punchy tone that's going to go through. So you want to push that up around 8 or 9. Keep your treble around 5, presence around 5, master volume about 6 will do. We've got here a classic sort of Celestion cabinet. If you put your mic, we're using an SM57 here, so if you put your mic off to the side, so you don't want it right in front of the speaker cone, because it's going to be a little too trebly, so you're just pulling it off to the side just to take a little bit of the top off that. And then on the end here, we've just got a bit of delay. It's a very light kind of slap back. You can even lose that, really. I mean, I find the guitar's just a little bit too dry without it, so you just want a little bit, but again, you're not really saturating it. Okay, so you can do this in any other plugin, or if you're using real world pedals, that's basically going to be a signal chain. You can normally edit these things into modeling amps as well, normally through, if you go into the apps or the software. Okay, so there's a Joan Jett tone. This is with a single coil guitar. Obviously, if you're using a humbucker with a higher output, just dial down the gain a little bit so you don't get too saturated with it.
There by the record machine, I knew he must have been about 17. The beat was going strong, playing my favorite song, and I could tell it wouldn't be long that he was with me, yeah, me. And I could tell it wouldn't be long that he was with me, yeah, me. Singing I love rock and roll, so put another time in the jukebox. For his name, well, that don't matter, he said, 'cause it's all the same. I said, can I take you home where we can be alone? And next we were moving on, he was with me, yeah, me. Next we were moving on, he was with me, yeah, me. Singing I love rock and roll, so put another time in the jukebox, baby. can I take you home where we can be alone? Next we're moving on. Here is with me, yeah, me. And we'll be moving on and singing that same old song, yeah, with me. Singing, I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with. I love rock and roll. So put another dime in the jukebox, baby. I love rock and roll. So come on, take your time and dance with me.